Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Tony the Gardener coming back with another video. So this is episode 4 on the container garden area. Uh, Basically, it's just these 3 fabric pots and then 3 black containers. If you see my previous videos, you know these 2 black containers over here already for the past month. This one I literally planted like 2 days ago. So today's I forget, but I'll make sure to put it on the screen for you to see uh, when I planted it. But literally, this was in a red solo cup, and I transplanted it in here literally a couple of days ago. If you saw my last video, then you'll know this one's pretty much new. And since then and now, there's not too much of a difference. So this part of the video is going to be a little bit shorter. So make sure to stick around at the end of the video to see uh, drastic change on these plants. Because I noticed from my last video to the video I just uploaded, this plant looks a lot different. It's a lot taller, especially compared to this one. It's also starting to flower, so I might be getting some peppers off it soon. And these two, even though this one's smaller, that's still producing flower, so I'm a little worried about that. This one's starting to produce flower, and I don't know if I mentioned it last video, but this one has been getting dehydrated a lot. That's why it's still so small and not producing any flower. So I have to make sure I'm watering every day, especially because this is my sandy soil, so it dehydrates a lot faster. The water drains out a lot quicker, and then because it is sand, it evaporates water, whatever is left, a lot faster. So today, I'm just gonna do a quick compost extract on all of these plants, just because I don't want to give it a too heavy feed, especially since these are going to flower. If you saw my last video, you know that I put potash to hopefully give it more potassium to help the flowers produce more and help with fruit development. That's why I put potash. I didn't put too much because potash is ready available with water, so you want to be careful with using potash. If you have like a fertilizer that has a lot of potassium in it, but you need water to break it down, I'll probably do that if you don't have potash. So anyway, guys, for this video for this part of the video, day 53 or 55, should I say? We're gonna just water it in with compost extract, and then I'll be right back in next week to see how it looks. I'll try to make sure to water this every day. I do tend to forget, but I do water every other day for sure. So on those days where I don't water, it probably get dehydrated. So yeah, I'll be right back next week to show you how they look like. All right, YouTube. So it's been about 2 weeks since I last clip, and I was supposed to record the week before, but I forgot to do it. But either way, it's day 67 of these pepperoncini plants in these 15-gallon containers. I think you can see from that last clip between this one that this one is doing a little bit better. I think in that last clip it was kind of droopy. That's because I was forgetting to water every other day. So lately, for the past week, I've been watering it every day, especially the sandy soil. I've been watering it every day, so it's been a lot healthier, a lot less droopy, and overall, it's been a lot happier and healthier. So I'm happy with that. I'm hoping to do that for the next month. So if you want to keep up with me and with me watering this every day, please hit that subscribe button and look out for my shorts, I guess. Depending on when this video comes out, I might this might be done already, but we'll see. Because today is day 8 of me watering this every day. The reason why I'm watering every day is because this one is my sandy soil, and you know anything about sandy soil, it doesn't retain water well, and it evaporates water really fast too. So even though I have compost uh, top dress and mulch on top of that, it doesn't retain water nearly as well as my biochar and native soil does. And you can see the difference between these two. This one's a lot bigger compared to this one, but this one is growing, so I'm happy about that. This one's already starting to produce fruit, so I'll probably bring a closer look at that. I'm really happy with that. I'm really happy about that because I want some fruits out of these. Hopefully, I can pickle them soon, and I want to save seeds from them also. So yeah, I'm just gonna water with some compost extract like I have been doing for the past week, I guess. Well, on non-dialysis days, I've been giving compost extract. On dialysis days, I'm just giving it water because I'm tired after dialysis. But yeah, anyway, guys, I'm gonna start that right now, and then I'll bring you guys closer. All right, YouTube. Like I said, this one's already going to fruit. This is a bigger pepperoncini plant compared to this one. Like I said, since it's sandy soil, it doesn't retain water well. So yeah, you can see the huge difference between this one and this one. It's already going to fruit on day 57 of transplant. And I think this weekend I'm gonna make some compost tea to help this pepper plant even more. Uh, I think it could be a balanced fertilizer from how I make my compost tea. I never actually calculated how that fertilizer comes out or the compost tea comes out, but either way, uh, I'll be recording that this weekend, so stick around for that. Other than that, guys, yeah. Well, yeah, I forgot to mention this is a new pepper plant that I planted about almost a month ago now. For like 2 to 3 weeks. I forget what I planted. I have to check. Either way, that's a new one I recently planted. Pretty sure this is a bell pepper. Um, it's starting to go to fruit, but it still hasn't yet. This is the 5 gallon container, so yeah, it should be fine in there also, but we'll see. But yeah, I'll be right back once I'm done making a compost tea. I'll show you me making a compost tea, but yeah, I'll be right back once I start doing that. All right, what's up, YouTube? So it's the weekend now, so we're making some compost tea instead of compost extract. I didn't make compost extract anyway as a base for the compost tea. Uh, I think is more fungal to bacterial, so uh, the compost extract will be a fungal food. So that's why I'm using compost extract, which I'll show you in a second. But either way, here's my mesh bag that I bought a couple years ago, and I'm running out of compost, my homemade compost. So hopefully by next month, when we check the compost pile, it'll be good. But this is a different video entirely, so I won't bother you with that right now. So since I am making 5 gallons of compost tea, I like to put 5 cups of compost. It's almost like a 1-to-1. But you don't have to worry about it too much. If you don't have that much, let's say you have less, then use whatever you have left. If you have more, then use more. Okay, so right now I'm gonna add all the dry stuff to this bag first, and then add the wet stuff into the water. Here's my favorite fertilizer, Dr. Earth. Doesn't matter which one you get. It's just I use whatever uh, I can find or whatever's cheapest at the time. I'm gonna use 5 tablespoons just because I want to do that. I want to make this more of a nutrient tea, so I'm adding more than I would normally. Well, it's about the same actually, but I haven't done it in a while, so it feels like a lot. And when I got this bubbler, I don't know how we can see this, but when I got this bubbler, they sent me this for free, so I should be using that for a little bit also. And it says 1/4 cups for every 5 gallons, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm running out. I do like it, so I might buy more. And just in case you're wondering, this is insect frass. It's really good for kiting, and I think it's like wall development. But either way, the last dry ingredient, which I don't have right here with me right now, that I'm going to add is uncharged biochar or uncharged charcoal that I made, obviously. And the only reason why I'm adding that is because I want to have more biochar into my compost. If you don't know, after I'm done making the compost, I'm just gonna add it to my worm bin, so it can recompost and then re-energize what was taken from the compost heap. But yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. All right, guys. So this is my worm bin. I'm keeping this out of the sun so the worms don't die, and so far, doing really well. I don't know how I can tell from the camera, but this is actually worm compost. There's a worm right here and right here, if it's in the frame. But yeah, basically when I'm done using the compost, because my compost isn't that well made, at least in my opinion, I just add it back in here so the worms can consume it. And I do add worm grit from time to time, like eggshells and biochar, like I told you guys earlier. Well, raw charcoal so it can get charged by the worms. And that's how I make more compost using compost I already had. And bigger stuff that isn't broken down too well, hopefully the worms will break it down even better for me. I'm hoping by the end of before the end of this year, I can fill it up all the way and then just let it sit for a while, for a couple of months at least, and then the worms can consume that and make a great compost. I like to add a bag over it or just some type of covering so the worms are more incentivized to come up because they don't like the light. And I guess when you go more on top, it's too much light for them. But I noticed when I take this bag out, there's a bunch of worms. You didn't see it this time because I already opened it before I brought you guys over here. Alright guys, so here's my air pump. I bought this last year, but I started using it this year, and so far I like it a lot. This is something I bought separately. It's called the T Lab. So if you look on Amazon, you can find this pretty easily. If I had an affiliate a link, I would put in the description below, but I don't have one, so let me know if I should get one for future. But either way, if you have this type of tea bag, you just attach it like this, or you just tie it around. Hopefully the compost is heavy enough to keep the bag in the water. I might have filled it too high because this does get strong, so some of the water might drop out, which will suck, but we'll see. I like to add a liquid kelp. I don't know how we can see that, but liquid kelp for all the sea minerals that I may not have in my compost. And then I do like to use this to water my worm bin. I barely have anything left, so I'll probably have to buy more. Um, so yeah, this is basically for minerals. This is the 511 fish emulsion. It's basically a fungal food, so that's why I'm using that. But this stuff stinks. So if you have dogs that are curious about this, they might want to drink it. Luckily for me, so far, my dogs haven't been drinking this, so that's good. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna turn it on right now, and then you'll see how it looks when it's all bubbly. You can see it's pretty much black. I think that's from all the biochar that I added, so, or soon to be a biochar, I guess. Yeah, it's definitely gonna spill out, so I'm not gonna worry about it too much for it, just because I have plenty of compost in there, or plenty of water, should I say. It should be just fine. So I'll be back in 24 hours to see how it looks like. So right now it's 10:16, so I'll be back by tomorrow at 10:16 to see how it looks. It's going to be lower than it is right now, so expect it to be a little bit lower. And yeah, I'll be right back tomorrow. All right, YouTube. So it's been about 24 hours since I started this compost tea. You can see a lot of it did drain out. You can see the bubbles. That's really good. No, don't drink it. That's really good. That means the microbiology is active in this compost tea, so that's really good. Depending on the weather, it might be bubbly or it might not be. Um, it just depends if how warm your area is. But if you see bubbles, you know for sure that there's microbiology. But if you don't see bubbles, I wouldn't worry about it too much. But yeah, right now we're gonna water the peppers. All right, YouTube. So you can probably see these peppers the best, but there is one pepper over here, just in case you can't see it, or at least not too well. But yeah, I made the compost tea. It's finally ready, and hopefully with the compost extract, giving it extra fungal food, and then the fish emulsion also giving it a fungal food. Hopefully, it will feed the microorganisms in here and the mycorrhizal inoculant that I put in here. Hopefully, making these plants uh, grow faster and stronger. Plus, the sea minerals that I added, the liquid kelp, uh, helps with potassium, so it'll help this plant a lot with potassium. Even though you see me put potash, I think in the previous video, um, the potassium will still help this plant. If I really wanted to, I could add a liquid calcium also. I'll probably do that next time. I just forgot to do it this time. So, and anyway, we're just gonna water all of these and then call it a day, I guess. Probably gonna water this one first because you might not see this one too well. If you look at the water, you can see it's really brown. That shows you that it is compost tea. And because it is supposed to be a compost tea, I'll probably do mostly a foliar feed on this plant because I want this one to grow faster. This one, again, I'm not too worried about. It's just this one because it is in sandy soil, it doesn't retain a lot of water, and it probably has some mineral lockup because how dry it gets so quickly. But yeah, I'm just gonna finish this and then call it a day. All right, YouTube. So that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully I see you in this video. Peace. We're almost at 500 subscribers, so please subscribe if you haven't already. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Deuce.